What do you attribute that to? Why are you that way? Have you thought about that? Why you kind of have that resilience or determination?
Yeah. I mean, the short answer is autism. Like a full-blown Asperger's is definitely a part of it. I'm laughing, but I am being sincere.
Okay.
But so that is, I mean, genuinely like people with my brain type have access to a kind of hyperfixation
Mm.
that other people don't. So I always thought I was just like an obsessive nut bar, which I am, but I guess there's a reason for that. That beyond that, why I'm willing to keep doing it with metal and this music is it's where I get to sound really corny. Love, I guess.
Mm.
I just really um, this art is the most important thing in my life. It's been the most valuable thing as a fan of the medium. It's been the most rewarding thing in my life. It's given me, I like to say, that which gave me everything deserves everything from me.
Mm.
And that's how I feel about this music. That's how I feel about the philosophies espoused by the band. So for me, it's so much more than a metal band. It's like a vehicle for self-actualization and like
Mm.
self-discovery and devotion. There's something very devotional about it. To me, it's like I think everyone in the world should have one place in their life, whether it be here or anywhere else, where you leave everything out on the, what am I trying to say? Where you truly submit yourself to an effort that is beyond.
Mm.
It's kind of like I imagine it's what like religious people experience when they're talking about how important it is to have something larger than yourself.
Sure.
And for me, Vitriol is the place where my comfort doesn't matter anymore. Your what you want doesn't matter anymore. It's like this radically humbling place where it's just like all whatever. If the song can be better, it needs to be better.
Mm.
Like it doesn't matter what you don't want to spend another month. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. You spent too long writing a song that isn't that good because you're too proud to shit can. I don't give a fuck. It can be better. Make it better. Throw it away. That kind of a thing where you just don't. It's no excuses, no shortcuts, no letting yourself off the hook. There are places it's healthy to be able to do that. It's a half-ass some things, you know what I mean? In some places in life, but everyone has to have like a temple where
Mm.
you see what you're made of, where you really see what you're made of, and a rock to crash against, and that's for me. I've framed Vitriol as that in my mind. That's my one arena that when I walk into, I'm a warrior. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
there's no fucking excuses. Um, and that's and being able to rise to that occasion is very rewarding. So in that way, making that a value, some people would say it's romanticizing suffering. I would say, what's so bad about that? But once you make that a value, it becomes tremendously that suffering becomes really rewarding because it's not meaningless anymore. Like a lot of, why am I doing, like, I get people asking me that, why do you do it? If you're not having fun, why do you do it? And I genuinely pity people that ask me that question. Because it's like, if you really think the only things of value
Are things that come easy?
worth doing are things that are fun, fuck, your life must be hollow. You know what I mean? Like so empty.
Are you the same then with your lyrics? Because I do find your lyrics quite interesting because they are very somewhat poetic and how would I describe this? I read somewhere where you I don't know if this was you were talking about lyric writing in general, but you kind of try to take the perspective from the outside. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've always felt that out of phase on the outside looking in, you know, I think that's a experience, not to make this about brain types or anything, but you know, that's an experience that's underlined all of my interpersonal relationships throughout life. Is kind of this distance. I feel like there's this big glass pane between myself and everything else.
Okay.
And later in life, realizing, discovering, getting the autism diagnosis, high functioning autism. That's pretty universal for people with autism. That experience, that kind of alienness, you know. So I think that is. I'm bringing this up. Why I'm bringing this up is because it's been really rewarding for me, touring and meeting a lot of fans who have similar brains. And what I'm realizing is a lot of that information and that world experience, like going back to saying what art is, the beauty in actually endeavoring to make art and not a product is if you do it, it's a siren song for people that share that experience. And what was kind of beautiful about Vitriol's music for me is that touring and meeting so many neurodivergent fans was an awakening for me, because I saw myself in them, and I'm like, oh, there's like a code written in this shit, you know? So I definitely, you know, I just like talking about that, because it not only, I think makes other people feel comfortable talking about it, but also, I think my fans that share that experience feel very validated and like seen when they find out that I am. So yeah, I think that it's a weird way of answering your question, but yeah, it is definitely like a alien perspective. There's a line in one of my favorite songs I've written lyrically, "Violence a Worthy Truth." And it says, "I will make peace with being orphaned by this world, for it is not of me, and I'm not of it, and I not of it." You know, just kind of this comfort with being like, I'm here kind of as a passenger. I don't feel like a part of this thing. But the lyrics are more important than the music for me. I mean, that's definitely where I put the music ultimately serves the lyrics. You know, it's I've always had this idea where I'm like, if I make Vitriol potent enough musically, people kind of be forced to take the lyrics seriously, because they'll be like, man, well, this guy's clearly trying. Let's hear him out.